Well, there's a saying, it says, F around and find out. Well, guess what? Nandipha Magundumana's application at the Supreme Court of Appeals has been rejected.
There are two judgments in this matter. The majority judgment has been written by the Deputy President, Zondi DP. The dissenting judgment was written by myself. The order of the majority judgment reads as follows. The appeal is dismissed with costs, including the cost of two counsel where so employed. The order of the minority judgment is that the appeal is upheld with costs, including costs of two counsel to be paid by the first, second, third, and sixth respondents jointly and severally, the one paying the others to be absolved, together with ancillary orders. I hand down the judgment.
Has been rejected, okay? And this is, what bid am I talking about? This is Nandipha Magundumana saying, you know what they did to me in Tanzania, it was actually not an extradition, okay? It was a deportation disguised as an extradition. And you know what? That is unfair. That is unlawful. And I need to go home, okay? I need to go home. My Instagram needs me. I miss my surgeon life. I need to go back to my regular life. I need to get out of prison o'clock, okay? And then the Supreme Court of Appeals said, I don't know how many times you need to be told, but the lower courts have told you no. You are not going anywhere. You are staying behind bars. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mzansi Unfiltered. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe. And definitely, I will break it down for you because guess what? The judgment was read within 2 minutes. No, that's even too much. I would say 30 seconds. Yeah. Basically, the Supreme Court of Appeals has dismissed Dr. Nandipha Magundumana's bid to have her arrest declared unlawful. Magundumana approached the Supreme Court of Appeals to reverse the decision of the Free State High Court, which dismissed her application to nullify her arrest. You know, the arrest, the one that we all watched, the one where she came with the private jet, not jet, but yeah, a private plane, okay? A private plane that was hired, and she and THABO NESTER were the passengers, of course, with many, many other officials, okay? Home Affairs, the South African Police Services, and Tontoni. There were many people in that plane. And then when she landed, we saw it, okay? I'll see if I can find a clip. I'll put it here. It was at night. She was arrested and taken away, and ever since she has tried everything, okay? She has tried everything to get out of the jail, okay, of the prison. It looks like no, okay, you can't come out. You can't come out and stop with the delays. We need the main trial to start. So basically, Magundumana approached the Supreme Court of Appeals to reverse the decision of the Free State High Court, which dismissed her application to nullify her arrest on the basis that she had consented to be brought back to the country. Oh my goodness. You know, Donald Trump, he said, you know the video where Donald Trump says there's some terrible, terrible things happening in South Africa.
No, it's only South Africa. Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things, horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
This feels like one of those terrible things. But let's find out why. Magundumana is listed as accused number 1. Like Mkulugutu number 1. Like top of the top, okay? In the escape of convicted rapist and murderer THABO NESTER. Like she's number 1. Like when they start counting and say 1, she is number 1. Wow. The National Prosecuting Authority has welcomed the judgment, said, "We welcome the dismissal of the deportation appeal. It vindicates our long-held view firmly so that the deportation of Dr. Nandipha Magundumana from Tanzania in 2023 was above board. The National Prosecuting Authority has welcomed the judgment, okay, says the spokesperson. We welcome the dismissal of the deportation appeal. It vindicates our long-held view firmly so that the deportation of Dr. Magundumana from Tanzania in 2023 was above board. There was no untoward conduct on the part of the team that escorted her. We note the minority judgment, and in the event that they appeal to the Constitutional Court, we will vigorously and meticulously argue for the same application to be dismissed with costs. Magundumana is one of the accused facing charges of aiding and abetting convicted rapist and murderer THABO NESTER to escape from Mangaung prison in May 2022. Magundumana's bid to appeal her arrest has been dismissed. Last November, Magundumana told the full bench of the Supreme Court of Appeals that her deportation was a disguised extradition. She and her partner, Bester, were brought back to the country in April 2023. Magundumana, who is currently detained, wants the court to declare her arrest in Tanzania invalid, which will render the South African Criminal Court's jurisdiction void. The National Prosecuting Authority told the Supreme Court of Appeals that she was never arrested or forced nor handcuffed to come back to the country. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Umgulugutu is still going to have to remain behind bars. Unfortunately, her 2 children still don't get to have mommy tuck them in bed at night. Ever since the day she left with her partner. Incredible. I still can't get over that. She left 2 young children and left with THABO NESTER. A convicted Mgulugutu. It is alleged. Ooh, the Mgulugutus in that situation is just so bad. It is alleged that, Magundumana was a top Mgulugutu. Okay, she was taking bodies from the mortuary. One, she actually had a whole funeral. And then when they dug up that grave, they didn't find nothing, okay? Like, what kind of a vile human being is this? Of course, the allegations are yet to be tested in court, but I'm just, summarizing what she's being charged of. She is Mgulugutu number 1, top of the line, creme de la creme. Wow. Let me know your thoughts. Should she have been granted her appeal request so that all charges are dropped? I might not understand the basics of their argument. I've really been trying, okay? They are not arguing all the other dun-dunnies, okay? Because they haven't gone through trial for that. Keep in mind, these are top lawyers that she's paying, okay? And she keeps paying. She keeps paying them. From that Free State ruling, man, I wish when they tell us these rulings, they can tell us how much she's going to have to pay, because she has to pay the cost. The case has been dismissed with cost, which means she has to pay. Imagine. You have to still pay your lawyers who have failed to get you out. And then now you have to pay the cost of the state being there and doing that appeal. And we already know it's not cheap, okay? It's not cheap. Wow. I'm going to end this video here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm definitely interested to hear what your opinion is. Then that means, okay, the main trial is about to come back. Okay, the main trial is about to keep going. Are they going to do another appeal? Because, wow.